but I know what it takes. Someone.
Hello, and welcome back to the Barca Hub. It is high time, it is the El Clasico. Barcelona will host Real Madrid at the Camp Nou, 4 p.m. local time. This is not any normal match, and therefore we have to dive deep into the game. We have to take a look at the tactics. So let's go. First of all, we will take a look at Real Madrid's possible lineup. Courtois will be in goal, Marcelo or Mendy will play as left back, Varane will play as a centre back, and Ramos or Militao will accompany him. Mendy or Nacho will play as right back. Casemiro will, as always, play as a defensive midfielder with Toni Kroos, Modric, or Valverde playing as central midfielders. In the attacking side, Vinicius Jr. will play as left winger, Benzema will play as the striker, and Asensio or Valverde will play as the right wingers. Now let us look at how Madrid plays defensively. We have seen in last few matches that Marcelo and Mendy both like to attack a lot, and they are not that good defensively, and therefore all the defenders will change their places to cover the spaces left by Marcelo or Mendy, and hence the left side of the pitch will be free for Barcelona. Casemiro will also like to drop deep and become the third centre back, and this could really help Real to make their defense stable. Mendy or Nacho, whoever plays as the right back, Barcelona will have advantage because Mendy is not a natural right back and Nacho is too slow to control Ansu Fati. Now let us take a look at Real Madrid's build-up play. During the start of the game, they do a lot of short passes and all of their three midfielders can drop deep to receive the ball from the centre backs or the full backs. Once they get the ball, they like to back pass a lot and have recently loved to play a slow game. But the situation could be very different when they face Barcelona because Barcelona will press high and Real would love to do 1-2s and take away the ball in a flash. And for that reason, we will see Vinicius dropping deep as he likes to dribble a lot. Rodrigo or Fede Valverde would also do the same if they play as wingers. Once the wingers receive the ball, then they can combine with the centre backs, and now both the full backs are free to attack, and once they get the ball, they will give crosses into the box where people are there to put the ball into the net. The main problem for Real Madrid is that they are not good at penetrating opponents' defense. This season they have a lot of possession, but their XG has just been near 1. If Barcelona can get their players back, then Real will suffer as they have no good chance creating players apart from Toni Kroos, but they can really hamper Barcelona from their wings like they did last time they faced Barcelona. So the conclusion is Real will try to play fast because of Barcelona's pressure and will majorly attack through the wings as they have no proper chance creators to hamper the center and can suffer because of their defensive errors as well. Now let's go and take a look at Barcelona's possible lineup and how they can stop Madrid's attack and how they can penetrate their defense. I think that Barcelona will start the game with a similar kind of formation that they used against Ferencvaros. Neto in goal, Longley and Piqué as centre backs, Dest as left back, Roberto as right back, De Jong and Pjanic or Busquets as defensive midfielders, Coutinho as number 10, Fati as left winger, Trincao as right winger, and Messi on the top. Recently, there have been reports that Griezmann could start a big game like El Clasico against Real Madrid, but I am not quite sure about that. I don't really want Griezmann in the team, but let's see what Koeman chooses. Let us take a look at Barcelona's defensive play. All the players of Barcelona will drop deep while not having the ball, and this would help because, as I told you, Real are not able to penetrate. Barca will also try to keep their fullback stable and will try not to allow any counter-attacks so that there are no goal-scoring chances left for Real Madrid. Now let us move on to Barcelona's build-up play. The centre-backs get the ball from Neto, pass it on to De Jong or sometimes Pjanic. Coutinho drops deep to cover De Jong's or Pjanic spaces. As a result, Messi also drops deep, occupying the number 10 position. Sometimes Fati can also drop deep to receive the ball, then he and Coutinho can hamper the left side by combining and doing 1-2s. From the right hand side, Trincao will also constantly try to get the ball and after that dribble forward. This would allow him to create spaces on the left and the center where Barcelona can capitalize the most. Sometimes Messi and Trincao could also switch positions, then Messi could make his great run and hamper the whole Real Madrid defense. Another tactic that Barcelona could use with the help of Coutinho is that Coutinho drops deep and pulls Casemiro with him. Spaces are created in the center where Messi, Fati, or Trincao all can attack. Barcelona can also try to counter-attack from the left side because Real's left side is pretty weak, as I have already told you. After the substitutions, Dembele can also help Barcelona because Real's defenders will be tired and Dembele would love to use his space and hamper their defense even more. I also think that Barcelona should only bring in Busquets or Griezmann when we are in a really comfortable position. Although we can bring in Pedri who can then create a mess in their defense with his fluidity and positioning. At last, I want to say that it will be a great tactical battle which no one should miss. The lineup reaction and the prediction will come tomorrow. Till then, stay ready for the game and as always, Visca El Barça.
I never made it, but I know what it takes.